All right, folks. Happy Friday. Let's take a quick look in the markets. You know, Bitcoin hanging out at about 16.5. Pretty much nothing new, nothing new. Solana had a major dump, but now it's pumped back up to like $9, almost $10, 16% up. So most likely a dead cat bounce for Solana. As you know, not a big fan of Solana. Look, I don't care if Solana pumps back up to $20. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. It's a dead project, 100%. Cardano hanging out at 24 cents. Matic, I'm kind of shocked at Matic. Matic still is 75 cents. Matic was a really good play if you bought it 6 months ago. And also Litecoin still at $68. Who would have thought? Well, I guess, Litecoin is a good project, but Litecoin and Polymatic have really just been hanging out really, really nicely. So we'll see what happens. I think the bottom is near for a lot of these cryptos. Of course, we've already come so low. Is the bottom a 95% drop or a 97% drop? I don't know, but I think we're pretty close. Everybody's so negative in my comments. Everybody's so negative on other YouTubers' comments. Everything's negative crypto. I think what's going to happen, like I said before, we're going to bottom out in the next couple months and then just go sideways for the rest of the year. And then going into that 2024 halving is when we're going to start to see a little bit of life. Okay, Solana's slide accelerates. 50 billion in value wiped from the cryptocurrency in 2022. Proponents argue that Solana is more critical than ever as a decentralized finance platform, but recent price action has suggested that investors continue to be skeptical even after the broader crypto market have stabilized. Solana was designed as an efficient and speed-first platform using an innovative consensus mechanism to differentiate itself from Ethereum, but has faced developer attrition through the year. Yep, developers are basically dropping like flies from Solana. Unfortunately, it's a Sam Bankman-Fried backed project. So basically, Solana started at like 5 cents. It was a dead project years ago, and Sam Bankman-Fried pumped a bunch of money into it. And at that point, I also saw guys like Crypto Banter and all the shills on his channel promoting it, and I knew to basically keep away from it. I did trade it a little bit, but I was always more of a Cardano guy. I just do not like these venture capital based coins because, like I said in my previous videos, once these venture capitalists like Sam Bankman-Fried, if something goes bad with them or they need to sell or something goes bad with their exchange, the whole coin gets screwed. And Solana has pretty much lost all of its funding. It's actually very, very sad. I call it actually the video that set me off, and I always mention this. The video that basically set me off for Solana, that I was getting out of it 100%, was when Crypto Banter did this video like 8 months ago. Solana, Luna, or Avalanche, which altcoin will hit 250 first? Then Luna went to zero, UST went to zero, and Solana, I was like, I can't be involved with Solana. It's just everything these guys touch turns to zero, and I do think Solana is on its final death throes. I think maybe like a $2 Solana you'll see at the pits of the bear market. Okay, I want to talk a bit about MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy's Bitcoin wash trade is still legal for crypto. I'm not like an accountant or anything like that, but as you all know, with stocks, if you want to sell a bunch of stocks before the end of the year, and then buy back in to basically write it off, you have to wait 30 days. So if I were to sell a bunch of stocks right now and I had like a $10,000 loss, I can't buy back into those stocks for another 30 days. The great thing about crypto is I can sell all of my crypto basically tomorrow night, right before midnight, and say it's like a $10,000 loss. Then I can immediately buy right back in, and like a minute later. And that's completely legal. So that's pretty much what MicroStrategy's done. They basically were at a big loss on Bitcoin, so they sold a lot of it to basically take the loss for this year, and they bought back in. Very common. I did it last year with crypto. I did it when I first got into crypto the first year, and I'm probably going to do it this year too because I have a pretty big loss on KuCoin with some of these little stinky pinkies I was trading. And this year is definitely, look, I'm just like everybody else. This year for taxes, I made like not a lot of money. I mean, I didn't do very well because I'm a big crypto guy. So I'm definitely going to take advantage of that to be able to claim a loss for my taxes. But that's very, very common. And we already talked about that. Do a little bit of Cardano news. Cardano ADA staking arrives on iOS devices via Trust Wallet. You know, most people who have been in crypto for a couple years have Trust Wallet. Right now, I'm actually staking a lot of my Cardano on Binance. I think I'm getting like 4%, 3%, I forget, something like that. But now you can actually, you don't have to be on an exchange to stake your Cardano. You can do it on Trust Wallet. I'm not sure the percentage. I guess it's probably going to be about 3 or 4. That's usually the standard for Cardano. Oh wait, similar monthly tracking. But no, that's I'll have to figure that out. It's probably gonna be about 4%, but that's great. I actually have Trust Wallet. I use it. I might actually take my Cardano off Binance.us and use the Trust Wallet. At least I don't have to worry about, you know, being on a centralized exchange. So like I said, you know, I made a video yesterday saying it's very important to make sure you're in good quality projects right now, because when we get into the pits of this bear market in the next couple months, you don't want to be in a project that's not going to come back. It's very common in a bear market that a lot of these altcoins, they basically dump and people lose complete interest in them and they don't come back. And that's why I like my Cardano, Theta, Ethereum's great, Bitcoin. You just want to be in good quality projects right now. A little bit of Sam Bankman-Fried news. I found this this story very interesting. As you guys know, Sam Bankman-Fried has been granted bail and he's been back in the living with his parents for the last couple of days. Well, like a day after he got to his parents' house, you know, a lot of people track these wallets. A lot of people are accusing Sam Bankman-Fried of cashing out $684,000 from FTX. So basically, on-chain data shows that Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of FTX Exchange, sent around 570 Ether worth $684,000 to a Seychelles based exchange, which is really interesting. So it looks like there's there's no guarantee. I think they're going to do an investigation. But if Sam Bankman-Fried is doing all this shenanigans while he's home at his parents' house, sending money around, you know, trying to hide money, trying to cash out, it would be very interesting if the feds find out about that and revoke his bail, because this would be a guaranteed revoking of bail, and that would put him in federal prison for the next year waiting on his trial. So. And he's like that dumb to do it. You know, he's already been proven to be a blatant liar. He just will say anything and do anything. He thinks he's untouchable. I made a video about this before. He's your typical rich liberal. They think they can get away with everything. Born with a silver spoon in their mouth, never could do no wrong. Sam Bankman-Fried was probably never disciplined as a child. His parents are both college professors, which, you know, that says it all right there. That's like the worst scum on planet Earth is college professors. No offense to college professors, but you're producing some of the worst trash out of these colleges. And I know a little bit about this from just talking to friends or even my little business that I own. It's not even worth hiring somebody who comes out of college these days, because they're so fucked up. They're basically mental cases from what these colleges and college professors are doing to them. And so it won't be surprised to me if he thinks he can get away with it. And it wouldn't be surprising to me if he's basically doing all sorts of shady transactions now, trying to hide money. So it's a good thing people are watching these wallets. But I'm going to be watching this very, 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 very closely, because, like I said, it wouldn't be surprising if it is him and he gets that bail revoked, and he'll be right in jail. And that's going to be awesome if that happens. So we'll see what happens. But man, he would have to have some balls on him to do it, but it just makes so much sense now. He was in the Bahamas jail for 2 weeks or a week. Nothing was happening. Then he was in U.S. court, and then now he's back home with his parents. And one day later, all these addresses come alive that are linked to him. So, man, you can't fix stupid, folks. You just can't fix stupid. But this guy, Sam Bankman-Fried, he's gonna be rotting in jail, I think, for the majority of his life, and that's good because he deserves it. Found this article on Cointelegraph just showing all the stupid tweets from 2022 and just how all the scammers and all the tweets and how everybody was wrong. You know, with Sam Bankman-Fried going down to Alex Mashinsky. Here's Do Kwon during the crash. Steady lads, we're deploying more capital. Of course, you know, Luna went to zero after that. Here's FBS basically telling people to sell them Solana for $3. I'll buy as much Solana as you have right now at $3. Sell me all you want, then go fuck off. These guys are all such pieces of garbage. Alex Mashinsky from Celsius. All funds are safe as the markets are basically crashing. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Voyager, we have the experience to weather any bear market. I've never even heard of that one. Fortune magazine, Sam Bankman-Fried, the next Warren Buffett. So you have to remember, folks, the one thing you want to avoid in crypto is just being the dumb money. It even goes back to these YouTube channels. Like one of the biggest YouTube channels is this Crypto Banter, BitBoy, all these guys. They get the most views, but they've wrecked the most people and they've had the most wrong callers. So their herd loves hype. Their herd loves when people tell them what they want, what you want to hear. And unfortunately, that leads to people getting wrecked. And that's one reason I decided to create this YouTube channel. I mean, well, for one, I created this YouTube channel to document kind of my journey because I wish I had started this YouTube channel when I first got into Cardano at 4 cents, but I didn't. So I figured, I'm going to start it now, and it's basically for me to look back in a couple years and just say, hey, look, I made it. But it's also basically just to warn people of all the scumbags that are out there in the crypto market, not just the YouTubers, the Alex Masenskis, the Do Kwons, the Sam Bankman-Frieds. It's an unregulated market, and I would say 70 to 80% of everybody in crypto who has a company or who has influence is a scammer, including Crypto Rand and all these guys. He's basically just a mouthpiece for venture capitalists. That's all he is. So going into 2023, I hope people just basically wisen up a little bit and they stop giving these guys an audience. Now, I know they probably won't because people like the hype and people like to be manipulated and the sheep likes to herd together. But there's been a lot of damage done in 2022. Actually, some of the worst damage I've ever seen in crypto. And I just hope that doesn't continue in 2023. I hope people at least do their own research and have some common sense. And when a guy like Crypto Rand says something, or BitBoy says something, or Lark Davis says something, or whoever says it, you basically research what they're saying to make sure they're not being paid to lead you down a slippery path to basically nowhere. So we'll see what happens. I think 2023, at least the first half, is going to be a little bit sketchy, but I think getting closer to that Bitcoin halving, we're going to do very, very well. And like I said, folks, I'm buying. I don't care how low things go. I don't care how bad it gets. I'm in this market to win it, and I'm not making any of the mistakes I made a couple years ago. So every dump I buy. All right, folks, like and subscribe. Have a good weekend.